Great then. Yeah. Ash, you can start the first question.
Yeah, consider the following JavaScript code.
Hmm. Running in the browser environment. Okay, go ahead.
So we have this asynchronous function fetch func, which
Yeah.
has argument API URL
Hmm.
and variable response,
Correct.
which is await fetch
Hmm.
API URL dot cache,
Correct.
and where it throws new error,
Hmm.
network error. If response, then go ahead with response dot OK, and which consists of a variable data
Hmm.
await response dot json dot cache, which throws new error, unexpected error. If there is
Hmm.
some data already, then return data.
Hmm.
Else throw new error response dot status text. Okay. So now const URL is equals to dummy URL fetch func URL then data console dot log dot data.
Yeah.
Now cache error console dot log error message. Consider a
Hmm.
dummy URL returns the HTML as payload. What will be logged on the console? So
Exactly. I
HTML.
remember. I remember talking about this yesterday.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So we have this URL which goes into fetch func,
Correct.
and then there is data to be console dot log data. If
Hmm.
fetch
Where?
URL has some OK response.
Okay. If you get that. Okay. Fine.
So uh, response is await fetch API URL
Yep.
dot fetch
Hmm.
throw network error. I think they should not be the problem. They should
Okay.
not throw any network error because as they are said already that it will payload the HTML page.
Hmm.
Am I right?
Yeah. It is returning HTML page,
So
so
it
it is not an error. It's
network
not
error.
network error. Correct.
So now this response, it will be some, of course there will be some response which will be in the HTML format. Am I right?
Correct. Yes.
So a response dot OK is true
Hmm.
and data will be JSONified
Hmm.
because it is an HTML, so it can be JSONified.
Exactly. It cannot be JSONified.
It cannot be or it can be.
Cannot be. You cannot JSONify a HTML.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it will throw exception, unexpected error.
Correct.
Uh, okay.
That's the catch. You cannot JSONify you know a HTML.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
If
Is
there
it
will
clear?
be some data, it will be returned. Else, we will got the error response dot status text. That will be what status text is.
What is status text? Are you asking that?
Yeah, matlab, like can we go below?
So something like status okay, right? So unexpected error, file not found or something like that.
Yeah. Can we go down just a bit down? What are the options? Network error, unexpected, not found. Okay, something like not found or okay.
Correct, correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Priyanka, okay? Ayush girl, okay?
Yep.
Yeah, go.
We saw this yesterday itself. Mhm. So we have the view and view router. That's fine. Did we do this? Yeah, I think we do. We did this, but still we'll finish this. We'll do it again. No problem. Yeah, Priyanka, take this.
Okay, I read the question.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it has given some. Let me see the question just once. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. What was the value of message property of create component
Hmm.
for this thing?
Hmm.
Query update is equal to true, correct? So
Correct.
let us see what the this thing HTML says.
Nothing. Nothing is there. Type
Acha,
module.
okay. Then we'll go to JSON. Yeah. So then what are the routes? We have Okay, slash component, it goes to create.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we go to create, we have division message, and so it says return this dot route
Hmm.
query update. Yeah, if the query is update, then we have to say this is create page, else we have to say this is update page. So since we had set update is true, we will get this is create page, correct?
Hmm.
I think should be like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
correct. So is that fine?
These are exactly the same questions, right?
No, no. I mean, we are just repeating those questions. Like we came from the top. Just wanted to, recap.
Okay.
So I think in this also we did. Mohan profile. Priyanka, you did yesterday, right?
I think yes, yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
we'll skip this. We'll skip this. Okay. We'll just go to the next one. Yeah, it's the same again. Yeah, I think we left it here. Here, this also we did.
This also we did, no? We were doing what are two ands, what does it mean, and all that.
Yeah, this is what we need to do. I think
Yeah,
this we did not do.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, Aish, Goel, can you do it?
Yeah. Okay, so we have new promise, reject or resolve. Then we have function test input, which is taking three input one, input two, and data. Let object is equals to input one, it is input
Yeah,
one, input two is
green.
input two.
Good.
Then we have data dot find
Mm-hmm.
element dot input one is equals to object dot input one,
Hmm.
and element two is not equals to object dot input two. Then it is resolve element found, else reject element missing.
What is
Okay.
this?
We,
L dot in.
yeah. Okay, so we have data is equals to input one is four, input two is input two, and test four for data. And then we have data console dot log test failed, then error test passed error. Okay, so can I see the options? What type of options? Yeah. Okay, so first we have check whether the test is passed or failed. Okay.
That's okay. So see, this is okay, but
So
I'm still stuck at this line. So seems like input one, input two, you're passing some data. That's fine. Okay, and we are we passing something here? Yes, this is where we call the function, right? Four, and you're passing the data. Input one is four, and input two is a string input two. Correct?
yeah.
Hello.
Correct, correct.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So we come to this line, and input to one is taking four, I believe.
input one
Yes,
is four,
yes.
input two is also four.
No, it's
According to
input two.
no, according to test function.
According to test
Test
function. Okay.
See, in test
Okay.
we will pass four
Yeah,
for
yeah.
data, na?
Yeah, test
And
function
data
four
is
four.
input
Correct.
is equal to four. And
Yeah, Priyanka. Okay. So now we are passing the data, and inside the data we are finding el dot input one. Okay, input one equal to object dot input one.
Yeah, so 4 is equals to
Input
4.
one is
That's
four. Yeah,
fine.
four equal to four, and input element input two is not equal to input two. Right? We have for the element
4.
we are having input two, right?
Mm,
And for the object we are having four, I believe.
yes.
Okay. So this if condition is satisfying, right?
Right.
Okay. So go ahead. Continue. Ayush. Go well.
Yeah, so this one is satisfied. So it is element found. It is resolved.
Correct. Okay.
Then
Element found.
yeah,
It's resolved. So
it will be I think test failed.
okay.
So and it is element found. Test failed.
It's not
And
coming.
test passed element found.
Yeah. Which means there is some error.
Yeah, why it is test passed? I don't.
Correct. What could be the error?
no, actually, let me, actually, this
Hmm?
I've gone through these questions. So,
All right.
what, I have reached my conclusion that, when we talk about promise, no, so it does not matter what you call them actually. So, what
Yeah,
is happening? Yeah, it really doesn't matter. Whatever you can call them A, comma B, whatever you can call them. So, this
correct.
A, so whatever the first thing is there, that is actually as per promise, that goes to dot then. I mean, that is as per him the resolved thing. And then after comma, whatever you have is the rejected thing actually. So it goes to the dot catch thing. Now the thing is, just to confuse what he has done, he has called resolved as reject and reject as resolved. Now what he is, only thing that he is doing is, the moment you are fulfilling your conditions as applicable, it gets connected, the data gets connected to the appropriate resolve and reject mentioned in promise. What I want to say is that you have said resolve is element found. So in this, if we see the second element, no, resolve, that gets the thing as, that gets the variable as, or whatever, this thing has element found. So but it will get caught, it will get reflected in dot catch actually. So
Yeah,
then
you are
what
right.
happens is, whether you have passed as element found, and then it says test passed and element found.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what is your thought on this? Priyanka, you're telling that where is this comma that you're talking about?
No, actually, she is talking about that new promise, reject, comma, resolve. So ideally, resolve should be written first and then reject.
Yeah, okay.
See, these are only
Oh, okay,
like
okay, okay,
names.
okay,
These
okay.
are only names. It doesn't mean anything actually. It only is
Huh?
making sense to you because, I mean, to us, because like we are humans, we are interpreting as a
Hmm.
rejected result. For him, these are only names actually for
Correct. So,
promise.
which means this resolve is corresponding to a reject. Correct.
Correct. So this resolve, see the message that in the resolve will get connected to the resolve which is written in the second position in the new
Correct.
promise.
Okay.
And this resolve actually for the promise he considers as the position applicable
Reject.
for reject.
And we don't
So
have a
he,
function for that reject. Is that what you're saying?
no, what I want to say is you can call them ABC also. See, you remember, no, he calls them res and reg also.
Hmm.
He calls them whatever he wants to call, yeah. So
Hmm.
what happens is the message that we are returning, element found, it gets connected to the resolve, which is written in the second position for new promise.
Correct.
The
Correct.
moment it comes in the second position, promise interprets it's the is the
That's a rejection.
is the reject thing. So
Correct.
it goes to the dot catch thing.
Correct.
Uh, so it comes here actually.
Yes, you want to say?
No, that's correct, I guess.
I feel like we don't have a function to catch the reject. So I think that's why it is going to catch. It's coming to this point, throwing an error, and then it is catching that, I think. Is
But
it or not?
I cannot see any error right now. Also, element is found. So we are quite sure that it went inside if. And if it went
Yeah.
inside if, I don't think there is any chance of any error now.
I'm seeing that the error is coming at this point, bottom, saying
Mm,
that we don't have a function to catch that resolve and to get that resolve. Because usually after a promise is resolved, we used to have two functions, right? For the dot then. Do you remember?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. If it is a resolve, then we have then part, and if it is reject, then we have catch part.
No,
Is
no.
it so?
Actually, ideally we should have two thens. First then will correspond to resolve and second then will correspond to reject.
No, actually, it's
But
not two then, but two functions, I think, inside.
First, then, Yash, what my understanding is, first, then, if you have two thens, no, the
mhm.
first then actually includes the function, matlab whatever you are doing. So practically, whatever he has written on this function test, like all this if thing, this can go in dot then type of things. But matlab my understanding, they're not two thens. One then is for resolve and one dot catch is for error. For reject matlab.
Shall we fastly try this out?
Yeah, yeah, please go.
Mm,
Acha, one thing I wanted to ask,
Huh.
that's a sidetrack thing. कि ये जैसे he is doing in this thing that bracket, no, we had that and thing. So what happened? We got first true and second false. Correct? No, second was also true. Okay, okay. True
Yeah, it
and
was
true we
true.
got. Correct. True and true we got. Correct, correct, correct. Understood. Correct. Gokul, which app is this?
Just some web app. Just search like image to text converter or something
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah,
online.
understood.
Ideally it comes, but the syntaxes when they are like too much. Let's see what's gonna come. But still, there might be some syntax error.
Correct, correct.
We might need to correct them. Not for all problems we can't do that, but at least for a few problems we'll try to do wherever we are confused. We There will be some error. Just try to help me out. Why is it still loading here?
ठीक है, what we can do is maybe in the background it can load and we can see the next question. अच्छा
Yeah,
नहीं
yeah, we'll do. Yeah, we'll do. We'll do. I need to open this math to script. Opening HTML CSS. Okay, let it keep running. So we'll go to the next question. We finish it. We'll come back. Yeah. Yes, I think you should do this, right? Be done.
Okay, so we need to consider both HTML and JavaScript file. In our HTML file, we have a division with ID app, which is taking an input and assigning it to the variable data. Then we have a paragraph that checks for number of refreshes and there is a variable refreshes. And then we have a button do something.
Yeah.
Whenever we will click, it will trigger do something function.
Yeah. Figure do something.
Okay, so in our app, a new view app, we are registering the app data.
Did we
We
do
have,
this question already? Is
yeah,
it like
from
stuff
graded
from
actually,
graded?
or maybe the other question paper.
Oh, this is a different one. Earlier it was suffix India. I'll show you 1 minute.
No, no, it's okay. I remember that. So
Yeah, yeah.
there we need to tell the data and that then we were getting suffix IITM suffix there.
Correct. Yeah. So fine. We'll see this what this is. Okay.
So can we see the question first? First, read out the
Bottom up.
question. Yeah. So say you open the HTML in the browser and enter the text nptel in the text box shown.
Yeah.
After that you refresh the page thrice. This time they are doing it thrice. What be the text shown in the text input box in the value of the refreshes placeholder respectively. Okay. nptel. So let's go above. So from methods. So if refreshes are not present, they're gonna set it to 0. That is fine. If data length is divided by 2, that is if the number is odd, they will go to this. So since nptel is odd, they will go to this time and they will make data to be prefix nptel. And they're gonna make refreshes into 2 plus 1. That is refreshes will become 1. Now,
Correct.
okay. And now they're gonna refresh it thrice. So let's go to mounted. So after the first refresh, if session stored data is present, which is prefix nptel. So now what it will make is suffix prefix nptel and 1 mod 3 will be 1 minus 1 which is equal to 0. So refreshes is now 0. Data
All
is
right.
present, then again it will go. So 2, 3, suffix, 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 prefix, and PTL will be there finally. And 0 mod 3 minus 1 minus 2. So okay. I think it should be suffix, NPTEL. Sorry, 3 suffix, 1 prefix, NPTEL, and minus 2.
How did you get prefix? I think NPTEL is odd, no?
Yeah, I was going by odd. NN. Okay, let's go back.
So if true, acha, we have to go here. Okay.
Hmm.
That is not, is that the correct answer?
No, that
No.
is not.
So do you have your answer? No, it's still saying like NPTEL is not coming. Undefined it is. Okay, let's
Hmm.
read that. Say you open the file, the browser, and enter the text in the text box shown. After removing the existing text from the inbox, okay, whatever, something will be already be there. Then we are removing that, right?
Yeah, the same thing that happened yesterday.
Okay.
Hmm.
After that, you refresh the page thrice. What will be shown in the text input box? Input box. Okay. The value of the refreshes placeholder respectively, and the value of
Hmm.
the refreshes placeholder. Okay. What does this placeholder mean? Oh, it's a placeholder, huh?
Placeholder, yeah. Placeholder is that without typing what it will be shown there.
Yeah. Are they putting it here anywhere?
Mhm. No.
See, I think this one they are saying. I think we have the data, but it's not placeholder, right? Something above
Okay,
it.
so may I see the app
Hmm.
once again? App.js.
Yeah.
Refreshes.
See, it must be around data, no? Wherever we have, there only we can write, no? Whatever NPTEL and whatever.
By the way, are we clicking here? No, right?
No, no.
Hmm. So do something is not being called.
Yes, do something is not being called. I think we are not clicking, so we are going directly to mounted probably. Yes.
Correct.
Okay. Hmm. So,
First time we don't have data.
first time we don't have data. Okay. So
Yeah, we don't have data. See,
we have wrote NPTEL in the box, no? And then we are uh, doing the refresh thrice, right?
correct.
So one will it get restored? Oh, will it get stored in the session? No, right?
No. Okay.
Hmm.
See, this is
So,
mounted, bro. Like, see, this is mounted during mounting. Means
hmm,
before the HTML. I mean, just at the time of HTML loading, this function will be called. Right.
yeah.
So let's talk about this first. Then we'll go to the
Hmm.
entry in the NPTEL.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you will reload, this mounted will triggered. Will
Mm-hmm.
get triggered. So
So initially, this dot data. Will be like okay,
nothing is
data.
there.
Correct. Nothing is there, and then we are adding suffix plus the data. Means suffix we are adding it to the front,
Hmm.
and the data is nothing. That's fine. So and this dot refreshes equal to uh
Zero.
yeah,
Though it
4
should
mod
be
3.
zero, na?
Yeah,
Because
0.
in data
Correct.
it is zero.
Yeah. So minus 1, which means it will be minus 1.
Yeah.
Correct.
Hmm. But
So
here only our logic gets incorrect because in answer it is NaN.
uh, let's see one thing. Let's see. I'm thinking of something. Okay. See, after this if else condition, so in the session dot storage data, you are
Okay.
adding suffix, and
Hmm.
then here it is not a number, right? You are adding it as you're storing it as a string. Basically, minus one is being stored as a string.
Which minus one? Which minus one? You're
That's
talking.
fine, but whenever we are doing this function, we are changing it to the number, right? This dot refreshes number.
Wait, okay, number here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there is nothing in session storage. Should we go to suffix plus session storage data?
Uh,
Uh,
there
see,
may be
somewhere in
nothing
the mounted,
initially, but after once after a
Yeah.
refresh, after a
After,
single
yes, after
refresh.
first. So initially, what we will get is something undefined. We don't know what it is because we have not clicked. No, so nothing has gone in storage data. So it is like sort of undefined, probably. Yeah.
Can you open the yesterday's question now? What was the
Okay.
change in the code there so that we were getting the
This is what we had yesterday, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So this is fine. Do something.
The first one is also
This is
same.
same. This is also same. Hmm. Can we directly read the question statement once? Okay, so they are actually clicking here
Yeah,
and they are not clicking there.
correct.
So what happen when we will click? Can we see the do something function? Okay, so if we are clicking, it is taking the data from the app or from the input and storing in the session. But
Hmm.
if we are directly reloading it, it is not storing anything in the session.
In this case, huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
in this case also true.
in this case, they are storing the session. They are storing the data into the session by using the button. But
Uh,
in today's case, we are not pressing the button actually.
correct.
Correct,
So
correct, correct.
We'll go down and see.
mm, can
Damn, so many
so
questions.
they give the same two type of questions in the same paper.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but they, I mean, what I've understood, they seem to, because this actually I have not understood much.
Okay, so
Because
actually,
how you will get man, I'm not very clear actually.
actually, what is the problem here is that see, can you go a little above, Gokul? So you have a app that has some data that is blank and refreshes to be zero. Fine.
Yes,
There is nothing in the session right now. If you want
yes,
something inside the session or local storage, you have to store it explicitly. In the
correct.
yesterday's question, they are clicking on the button which is going inside the do something method and they are storing it. Okay.
Huh.
But today what they are doing is they are typing the value in the input box, but they are not clicking on the button. They are directly reloading it. So
Actually, I think that NPTEL has no meaning only actually for writing that thing. Because anyways, you're not clicking. No, it's like whether you click blank or whether you click NPTEL, it doesn't matter.
yes. So when they are reloading, they are directly coming to mounted. And in mounted, it is not storing what they have written in the input box. It's just directly checking whether there is something present or not. Since there is nothing present, it will go to else. And it will make it prefix. It will add prefix and since data is not there, it will call it undefined.
Okay, I'm getting it.
Hmm. Undefined plus prefix. Now, since there is nothing in the refreshes, so it will again call it null because everything is just what string. So session dot storage dot refreshes is null. When you will try to change it to a number, it will make it nan.
Nee,
Will
Yash, just once you please explain what you are telling that this, but in data they have mentioned that the refreshes is zero, no? So why
No,
it
no,
is
no,
not?
no, no. See, if you are trying to create a string and you are not, if you are defining a variable and not showing any value inside it, and if you will try to call it, what will it say? We have seen this earlier, right? It will call it as undefined, right?
No, undefined is fine. If
Hmm.
nothing is there for session storage data, I understand, but refreshes are not there.
Yeah, I am telling this too. So for refreshes, this is again refreshes is a key and it will store some string value. Since there is no value, it will be either null or undefined. Okay, or I would say it is undefined.
Acha, 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 let me check,
When
let me see the HTML. I think from there we'll get the
no
role.
but
no no,
Please show
it
us.
but
is
here refreshes
But here refreshes is not linked. V model is not there in refreshes. So it will be zero only, I believe.
No, it
No,
will not be zero, Ayush, because in session storage we store it as a string. Key value pairs are in string. So refreshes, since we have not defined it, it will either be undefined or null. And let's say it is undefined,
Bro,
okay?
bro,
So when you
bro,
will, hmm,
tell me something. Will the data be connected after the mounted function or before the function?
data will not be getting connected to session storage.
No, my question is in the view life cycle,
Hmm,
right? You
hmm,
remember we have the
yes,
mounted, created, and before create, after create functions and all, right?
hmm.
Correct.
Similarly, we have this mounted function. My question is that if the data is not accessible when the mounted is coming up, then obviously this dot data is like it's not defined, and this dot refreshes. I mean, they are undefined and not a number, right?
So that is what
So
I am saying now. See,
correct. Hmm.
in session storage, data as refreshes is not present, right? So when you will first reload, it will go to else part, right?
Correct.
And it will store data to be undefined plus prefix. Okay,
So
so
that
Hmm.
will be undefined only.
undefined plus prefix will be undefined prefix because everything inside data is in a string. So undefined is a string.
Hmm.
So it will be undefined prefix. Okay.
All right.
Then it will go to refreshes and it will try to find session storage dot refreshes, which is not there. So this is
Hmm.
again undefined. But
But
since
in
we
the
are
session
trying to,
storage, we don't have anything.
may I
What do you want to
complete,
say is that
please?
in session storage dot refreshes, we don't have anything. That is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, and
Okay.
which is undefined. So when you will try to change a undefined to a number, it will call it as not a number, NaN.
Yeah.
Correct, correct, correct.
Yeah.
Clear, clear.
So not a number with any operation. It's going to be always not a number,
Hmm.
Correct,
right?
correct. Like once we have put nan in our this session storage dot refresher, it will
Mm-hmm.
keep on giving nan no matter how many times we
Again and
refresh.
again. Correct.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Now, what will be done in the next reload?
You have something in the session storage, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
you go to suffix and not a number minus one. So again, it's not a number. Suffix, suffix, suffix. Then undefined prefix. Not a number. See?
So, Yash, what I've
Yeah.
understood, just one thing I will, clearly, I will speak. You please tell
Hmm.
me whether I spoke.
Hmm.
That data,
Yeah.
although we have set it as zero, data may refreshes, we have set it as zero, but we have not put it inside the session storage dot refreshes.
Yeah.
So,
I think it
because of
is
that, it
mhm,
is like nan to start with. And if I mean, had it
undefined.
entered into method, there we had clearly said if it is nan, you convert it to zero. But now, since we have not entered into method, it remains nan, and like because of that, it continues to remain nan. Correct?
Yeah, just to point out few errors that initially it will not be nan, it is undefined.
Correct.
When they will try to change it to a number, then it will become nan
Acha.
because
Okay.
undefined is not a number.
Okay.
Hmm.
Understood.
Ayesh Gupta? Ayesh Goel? Okay?
Uh, yeah, understood, bro.
Alright. Cool. That was a nice question. Good discussion though. Fine. So I think this is still working. What? Alright. Is this having any syntax error? Please God, no syntax error, please. Okay, I think it is having many.
Many, many.
Yeah, yeah. So can someone help me?
It's almost like rewriting. Yeah. Almost.
Yeah, it's almost, but it's not completely rewriting, right?
Yeah, 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 that is true. At least the dot, then dot, cache, they are written correctly, input, and that thing is written correctly.
I'll just do a split screen and we can check that. Here it is, here only. Yeah. All right. So if I do half the page, right, new promise, right? It was actually. I just wanted to do this actually. Yeah, this one I believe. Yeah, new promise, resolve, reject. Okay, Priyanka, if you can find out something, you can let me know where there it is.
Yeah.
Was one error. The expected comma. It's already given, right? Fine.
Uh,
Yeah. Tell me, Ayush. Yes.
no, no.
Uh,
Will
which
this
regards
this dot input one or something?
line number?
Four.
Yeah.
I mean, they have not given this in the question, but that could be the reason behind the error.
What did you say? This,
So, when you will pass input one from the function test in the call, how will it
correct.
get to know that it will store it on the right hand side of this? I mean,
Okay. Okay.
let's just
So,
figure out the other errors. Maybe this will not work, I guess. This code due to something is missing, I guess.
mhm.
Hmm.
This is your page. Yeah. So it says like test passed, element found. Finally, it's done. I'll take it back here.
See, what I want to say is you just reject, you change the place of reject and resolve with promise. You will see immediately. I think answer will change.
Resolve and reject.
Okay.
Priyanka.
Yes. So that's
Yeah,
what I
you are
said.
right.
Na? In the
Yeah.
first position, it has gone to dot then. So now it has said test failed element file. Yeah.
Ayush, can you, Ayush Goel, can you mute? I'm muting you. All right. Cool. Yeah, Priyanka, that I understood. So what I'm saying is that the error that we are catching, right? Uh, where is that coming from? So I
So
told
that
like
is coming from resolve, no? That is coming from resolve. Matlab whatever is written inside for resolve. I mean, if that was the question.
Yeah, I think why the error is coming, Gokul,
hmm,
because we are not handling the reject.
that's
And
what I'm
promise
saying.
is
So we are not
getting
handling
reject.
the reject, right?
Hmm, hmm.
So if we handle it, will it be proper? That's my question here.
Yeah, so can you add another than and see?
So you're saying that after, I mean, I think here, right?
You see this thing, element, whatever is equal
Dot
to, yeah?
than.
In that case, acha.
I'll put it like this. All right. So now this should not go to the test pass, right? It should just
Hmm.
print the
Element
element.
form or something.
Yeah, element found. Okay, it's going to test pass. Still, there
Hmm.
is an error.
What have you done here? What have you done?
I just added this dot then here.
But now it has come to reject.
Reject, but it's not reject. See, it's still going to the catch.
Oh, okay. Dot reject.
That is why it is going to the catch, no? Like it has been rejected. That is why it is going to catch.
No, no. We are handling the reject, na? Specifically, I use.
Okay. So,
Let me check the syntax, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, syntax
This is
ideally.
syntax.
But this is something which we can discuss about. Ha! Yeah!
What is this? What is this? Tell.
I told you, na Priyanka. So now see,
Ah,
now it is not giving test passed.
okay.
Okay, right? The point is, so this function, sorry, not that. The first function, this is an
Yeah.
arrow function, right? It
Yeah.
gets closed here. Okay,
Yes.
basically, dot then gives us two functions. Okay, first function for the resolve, as you told, and second function for the reject.
Correct.
Right. So since it's I mean, ideally it is the promise is rejected, right? Priyanka?
Ah,
So
ah.
I have put another function which will handle the reject.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
handling the reject, say I'm printing whatever we are passing out on SDS, something
Ah.
just for me to identify. Okay. Since we
Yeah.
have a function to uh, process the reject, it is not going to the catch.
Ah. Okay.
So ideally the
Good.
previous error was, yeah, go
This
ahead.
is not required, not dot then data, whatever. Now you're deleting that
No, that
line,
is
that's not required, no?
exactly. Yes, only one dot then is enough.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So it says element found and SDAs. That the second, like I understand where you're coming from. You remember in the fetch functions we used to have two dot then. Okay,
Hmm.
but promises you just need one dot then. You have two functions inside the dot then.
Yeah,
Hope you are able to see this. Right? Got it?
yeah, yeah.
This console log is a different one. I mean, this is one function and the other one is function. Okay, Priyanka, I think this is making sense now.
Yes.
This should be clear. Ash Gupta, okay, Goel,
So
fine.
that dot catch we give only to manage some type of errors, huh? If there
Correct,
is an
correct.
error.
Yeah.
So it does
Yes,
not go to resolve, it does not go to reject, then it goes to that error thing.
yes.
Okay, understood. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So ideally, it can be something like, let me try, just try. So we are neither resolve nor reject. So, oh my god, that's a different one. It's not coming
I
from brain.
think dot catch is not working. Can you uh, remove the spaces?
Uh, I'm not sure if it is because of that.
But
I'm missing a bracket here. That's what I'm thinking about. Ideally, that
hmm.
if I no, it's not required there.
Actually, the new promise is starting with a curly bracket and it should end with a curly bracket. Then you should give dot catch, no?
See here, the okay, new promise is starting here and it's ending here.
Okay, so can you put another curly bracket of before dot catch?
Why? Because see,
No,
it is
that is
ending.
not required.
Look
That
at
is
this.
not
No,
required.
Can
just
you? Okay, so can you show me the question once again?
no. We are just asking like, what is the
No,
catch?
what about the bracket just before dot catch? Is that correct?
Yeah, Priyanka. See,
Ah, okay, fine. Yeah, okay.
I mean, I just wanted to like throw some error, something, make some error. I just made some error and try to do that.
Yeah, it should have given, yeah, ideally it should have gone there.
Can you show the question once, original question,
Oh, acha,
just to
listen.
see the syntax?
Maybe the error was, see, in dot catch, some error you're supposed to pass, no? Then it will say test pass and some error, which we are not passing actually.
Yeah, Priyanka. This catch itself, it will catch the error only, right? This error is nothing but it is catching the error,
But
whatever is.
correct, but we have not written anything for correct, no? For error, we have not written anything. If we, matlab, what is the error? Don't we
It
have
will
to
catch
write?
so we have not
automatically. We are getting
written
the
reject
reference.
also.
Cool.
I think we'll have to define, no? What is the, I mean, What should get passed in case of error? That is not required.
See, see,
Yeah.
see, see, see. See, now we
Correct.
are getting that. Yes, did you saw what I did?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
did you do?
yeah.
What did you do? I missed.
I made an error in this statement, basically in the reject statement,
Acha.
Priyanka. Because this
And
dot catch is working for this reject statement.
correct.
Not for the
Acha.
whole promise.
So if I had put another dot catch, in front of this dot, then that at
Oh,
that place it will work. I think. Yes,
okay.
Hmm.
I just
Inside
made
that
some.
round bracket.
Yeah, correct. So it's okay. I think, right?
It's
We'll
okay.
proceed further.
Yeah, yeah.
Can one more thing. I want to see when it will give test failed.
Mm,
That he
that's
had
okay.
done, no? That you can do, for example, input to is equal to. They have written not equal to. No? If we write equal to, it will go to the false statement.
That's an easy one.
One more thing, like if we will, it will go to test failed. And now if we will do some spelling mistake or error in data is equals to console spelling of console, then it will catch error also.
Which line, bro?
Line number 14, like data arrow
It's talking about line
console.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, if we do some
yeah,
spelling mistake here,
yeah.
now it
He's
will
talking
throw
Yeah.
about
error.
in dot then, in resolved case.
Now it will be test pass.
No, yeah,
No,
it will be test passed now, no? Yeah, yeah, it will be test
no. Yes,
passed.
yes. Actually, it is going to this place, right? I mean, it's not going to the first function. It's
Please,
going to the second function.
Gokul, please do both the errors. Like input 2 is equals to input 222, something like this. Now it will go to, I think, test pass. It is why it is
Test
going to
passed
still
will
reject.
only it will only go to test passed.
No, no,
I
it is
sorry,
still
test
not
failed
matching. No,
when
you have to write here equal to. Yeah.
can you yeah.
See?
Yeah, it is going.
Hmm.
So error can be catched in reject as well as
No,
resolve.
it is just catching for
Catching
yeah,
outside
correct,
the resolve and reject. You're right.
correct.
So it can be catched in both the sections. Like it can, if
Yeah,
there is
yeah.
some problem
Oh,
in
yes,
resolve.
obviously. Yeah, that's this is just
Okay,
syntax error, bro. This is syntax error, no? Or
okay,
undefined error
okay,
or something should be
okay.
called. Okay, now we shall go further, huh?
Hmm.
Oh my god, will it take time to load? Oh my god, what is this? Do we have these kind of questions?
No, we have
Oh
gone to some wrong place.
no, we have. It's I remember seeing this
No, Taylor series is not there.
MLF
Mm.
MLT.
Ah, somewhere, yes. Correct.
It gave me like shivering.
Yeah, I thought that means I'll just not go for exam maybe if you have Taylor series.
Yeah, okay, guys. So this is done. That was
Yeah.
also done, I believe. That was a good discussions. So who is supposed to do this? Ayush Gupta.
Okay. So we have a function promise constructor.
Mhm.
We have a promise which return promise result reject and set timeout result t where t into 1000, okay, into 1 second. We have now asynchronous function test which has variable x1 which is promise constructor 1 console.log 2, okay. Another x2 await promise constructor 3 console.log x1 console.log x2. Okay, so now we are calling the text function and console.log 4. Okay, that's it. Can we go below bottom? What will be logged on the console in value comma t format where t represent the approximate
Time, yeah, time.
time in seconds from the start of the execution of the program and value represents the output value logged onto the console. For example, if 2 is logged onto the console after 5 seconds, the answer is 2
2
comma
comma 5.
5. Okay,
So
so
after how
value
many
and
seconds,
time.
what is getting logged? Correct?
Okay, so then we will go to first test function.
Yeah.
we have here promise constructor which takes the input 1.
Hmm.
Now we will go to promise constructor which takes input time is 1 and returns promise result return if set timeout result t into 1000. Okay.
So we are passing one here, right? So means like it
Yeah.
will resolve after the, I mean 1 second. Correct?
1 into 1. Yeah. 1 second.
Hmm. Right? After
Okay.
it's
So
awake. So after this is done, I think it will come here. I don't know. I'm not very good. I'm not an expert here. Yash is
so
expert in
after
this.
1 second it will be log 2.
No, no.
Uh,
It will go again to that thing, na? Console dot log. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It will print two. Correct. One
Yeah.
comma two. Correct.
Okay.
yeah,
So
Priyanka,
now
you
we
know.
have another.
Yeah, I think I what about this console dot log 4? Will that not get printed before console dot log 2?
Exactly, that's
It
what
will
I
be
think.
printed after it. After
No, bro, it
everything,
is
I think.
asynchronous function, right? So the function will go in the background. So it should be printing here. This is a nice question to run it and see.
What is
Yeah.
the
It's
answer?
possible.
Final answer?
They are asking all the logs.
Also,
4,0.
it has gone correctly. The way we were thinking exactly, it has gone. You were right, Ayush. See, it has done 2 comma 1. Yeah,
Yeah.
after 1 second,
Yeah.
it has
It is 2
printed
1
2. So
2.
you would have got rest of the thing correct. The only thing is it will because it is async, no? At 0th
So it
second, we
will
will get
print first
4.
4 comma 0.
So
Yes.
what will get stored in the x1? That's my question. See, we are console logging x1 here, right? So what will be logged in
Resolve.
x1?
Resolve. Acha, there is no resolve.
Oh, it's resolving with one. Correct. You're right. So it's
Resolving
resolving
with
with
1, huh?
one.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it
yeah,
will
yeah.
Yeah.
x1 will store one. That's right. And for x2, it will log three.
Wait for 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
3 more seconds. After 4 seconds,
Right.
it will print.
So you're right.
Uh,
So 4 comma 0, right? I mean, Priyanka, first thing we are right. So 4 comma 0 will come first.
yeah.
Correct, correct.
Then 2
Then
comma
2
1.
comma 1.
Correct. So
Then
after
3 comma
3
4.
seconds, wait. After yeah, exactly. That's correct. No, it's 1 comma 4, bro. X1 na x1 comma 4, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Then
1 will
x
print, na?
yeah, then
1.
3 comma 5.
No, no, no. Why 3 comma 5?
No, 4.
3 comma
Oh,
4
it's
only, no?
continuing.
We have
Yeah, same
already
time, right?
resolved it. It will
Continuously.
come
Yeah, yeah, same
immediately.
second.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. 4 and 4. Okay.
Had there been await front of console, maybe yes, then you would be right, you know. But otherwise, it will get resolved immediately.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Got.
I
I
think
mean,
await before console also here will not make any difference because
correct,
we've
correct.
already finished this await promise constructor, no?
Yes, yes,
So it is
correct.
already
From
resolved.
where from where will it come? Like 1 comma 4. Where from where it came?
See, what is
In the
x1?
answer, there is 1 comma 4.
Ayush Gupta, what is the x1 here? Ayush Gupta, what is x1?
Yeah.
What is x1?
X X1 is so we have promise. Okay.
Whatever promise one is
So
resolving with. Correct.
yeah.
What is it resolving with? With what is it returning after resolving?
1
So x1 is storing the value of what?
1
So you're consoling log what?
1.
What is after 0?
What is after 0?
1.
1.
Yeah, yeah.
So do you understand?
Yeah.
Acha,
Wait.
one question I had. Supposing in place of this async, we had normal function, yeah?
Mhm,
Suppose. Then
mhm.
after test, we would print other things first and this console.log4 will come
Correct.
last. Is it like that?
So I don't know. This is still. I mean, it's a promise, right? But we have set time out here. So will it be like resolve or something? It's not. It is not resolved, neither rejected, right? Like promises under pending.
No, that's fine. No, I was asking if supposing, but acha, we are forced to write async function test, is it?
Is it
This
because
test,
of the set time? I don't know.
no,
You guys talk.
What do you say, Yash, Ayush? Is it possible that we may have, instead of this async, we can have a normal function? Yeah, which is synchronous.
Mm.
We cannot use await inside a normal function. We can
She's
only
not
do
going to
it
use
with
the
the
await.
set.
She's not. You remove the await also. So then you
Yeah,
tell.
yeah. Let us assume there is no await, so it will tell promise resolved or pending or whatever it will tell. Yeah, for
Mm,
example.
mm,
So in that case, would log for my only what I just want to understand is whether that console.log4 will get printed later. That is the only
no,
thing that
no.
I want to ask.
No.
It will be,
No. It will be. It will be printed at the last only.
yeah,
Because it will
because
go to test, print everything there, and then come to console.log4.
Correct.
Na?
Exactly. Exactly, Priyanka.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, that is what
But
I want to
but
ask.
but what will get printed in for X1 and X2?
Oh,
That
I
is
think
where
it
my
will get
confusion.
promised and this thing, and it
promise
may have.
Yeah.
pending or something.
Yeah,
Promise
yeah,
pending.
yeah, yeah,
Something
yeah,
like that, right?
yeah, yeah,
So we don't need to do that, huh?
yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
I think this is in right syntax now. This is do it once fast. Oh my god. What's saying? Let's ignore this. Let's go further. Right. So Priyanka, I think this is your question.
Yeah, I think now we have no more these questions.
Interesting questions.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
we have only now questions which test we don't know anything. Okay, which of the following statements are true regarding GraphQL and REST API? So GraphQL is always better than API irrespective of nature, scale, and function of application. That is not true. GraphQL would be required for specific purpose. Otherwise, if you have API sort of answers all type of questions, then it is better to use API. No, that would be simpler actually. So I think first is false. Then GraphQL can be used with every programming language. That is true. That we saw, na, which is capable of making that we saw. It can work with any programming language. It is possible to cache the responses of REST API endpoints. Yeah, that is
That's right. Hmm.
correct. And all of these is obviously not correct. Yeah.
Good. Any questions there, boys?
No.
No.
Hmm. Great. So this question is for Ayush Goel.
Yeah. Okay. Which of the following statement is correct regarding Vuex? Vuex provides a common solution to the parent component to the child component communication and vice versa. Yeah, it is right. Actually, it provides common solution only.
I don't know. Is it
Yeah.
so?
The usage of global variables over Vuex make it easier to track the state changes. I don't know this about this.
It's not because of that, right? Like, I mean, tracking the changes is done due to like mutations and stuff like that, right? Am I right or wrong, guys?
That is
Priyanka,
correct. Yeah, yeah, that is correct.
the modifications are being tracked using the mutations, actions, and commit and something context.
Okay,
So
Vuex is
it's
preferred
not
in
the global variables, basically. Okay.
yeah.
Hmm.
Vuex is preferred in cases where multiple views depend on the same state. Yeah, this is the definition of Vuex only, as we see why we use it. Okay,
Hmm.
the only the direct child components, not the descendants, have the access to the Vuex store.
Ideally, not all the things have access.
Yes. Yeah, we
That's
have.
global access.
Yeah.
What's any questions on this? Aish
No.
Gupta?
No, no.
Yeah. All right. So this question will go for Yash.
Yeah. So which of the following is correct regarding JWT?
Hmm.
What is
JW.
JWT?
Java Web Tokens. Does anyone else want to take this, or you can continue?
What Java Web?
Tokens. I
Okay,
think this is
okay.
coming in the next week, ninth week. Every time they ask one question from the previous week.
The token was there. Something is there in one screencast. Is there, na?
Probably screencast will be there. Yeah, you're right. Probably screencast they're asking from eighth week screencast.
Hmm. It is used as an access token to share information between two parties. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
It contains encoded JSON data. Okay. It contains encoded XML data. No. Only payload encoded in base 64 format is contained in Java Web Tokens.
That we learned.
JWT Web Token.
Correct.
Java Web Token
Again,
Web Token.
repeat.
I think WT is it Web Token?
Yeah, it's web token, Java web token. Correct.
Okay. I have to see the screencast.
Yeah. What was this last option? I'm just confused about the last option. Only payload encoded in 64 base 64 format. And now I'm not sure about this point. Does anyone want to comment on that? If anyone can comment on that, can comment on that. Okay, there's something. Someone has commented on this. And I got to learn the basic 64 base was the encoding used in them as can be decoded easily. My question is why to use them? Why not? Do you guys know about one way hash? What is a one way hash and all? Hmm?
No.
I don't.
No. Huh? See, so what is a hash function? You pass in something and it generates something, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I'll just show you a sample example. This is what even in our project submissions they do. They check the hash, right? Okay. So basically, let's say like there is a hash function. Okay, it accepts a parameter. Okay, so return like hashified x. All right. So whatever you are passing, it's gonna return it. Return it. Okay, Priyanka.
Yes.
Okay. The question is, so from one, so for input, okay, you get a hashed output. Okay. So, but the thing is, reverse you can't get. You can't get from hashed output. You can't get the input back. You
Oh,
can
I
never
think
do that.
it's the same thing, no? Whatever we are hashing is nothing. It's the same thing, no? What we have done in PDSA, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So you will get a
exactly.
hash function. So from
Huh.
hash function,
Go ahead. I think Priyanka voice is muted. Like, guys are able to hear her?
yeah, yeah, no, no, I was muted. So what I wanted to say, this hash is nothing but like you will have some limited numbers. Yeah, let us say you're dividing your function is divided by 11. Yeah, so you would have only 11 positions. So just
Hmm.
by knowing the whatever is the response, you cannot guess what was your input actually.
Correct. So, and blockchains. I think if you guys should probably know about blockchains or cryptocurrencies, right? Somewhat
Mhm. Yeah.
mining and all. So, all those are hashes. All right.
Acha, acha. Okay, okay.
Hmm. So they are highly secure. So one way hash function is you only if you again give the same input you will be able to get the. I mean you'll be able to go. I mean access that. If you don't give the same input,
Correct,
I mean
correct.
it's not possible to crack. That's what they're saying. So they are saying now at base 64 can be decoded easily. They are saying that probably for us it is hard to decode, but computer supercomputers and all they easily crack the codes encoding and all.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. So also base is URL safe, so tokens could be like okay. So the point is, it the question is saying that only payload encoded in base 64 format is contained in JW token, which is not wrong. You can also have other formats, guys. Okay,
Okay.
that's all we can go. But I mean, not going deeper into it. Fine, Priyanka, I think you can do this. Pause.
Okay, okay. Yeah, course. Na? Okay. So it allows servers to indicate which origins can load the resource from the server. Correct. Because like you will give some, what to say, some accesses. So
Correct.
via those accesses, you'll be able to, like you will get to work with those resources. Otherwise, you cannot load those resources.
Hmm.
It will give you cause error. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
then
yeah.
it allows the client to indicate from which server it can load. No, client has no control over it. That is the developer will only do all that. Yeah. Enabling course is not required for same or that is correct. Oh, within the same origin, there is no course.
Hmm.
Then all of these is obviously not correct.
Correct. Is that fine for others, guys? Ayush, Yash, Goel, and Gupta.
Yeah.
Mhm. Fine. So we come here. Whose question is this, boys?
Shall I?
Okay,
Yes,
take it.
yes.
Take it. Take it.
Okay. So, which of the following statement is false regarding PW and SPA? So, the idea of an SPA is to improve the SEO aspects of the web application. No, SEO is search engine optimization,
No.
and
Yeah, that's false. Hmm.
yeah, so this is not the idea behind SPA. Idea behind SPA is to make things faster and
What is
Correct.
SEO here?
reduce the
What is SEO?
search engine
Search engine
optimization.
optimization.
Acha, acha.
So idea behind SPA is to reduce the load on the servers
Correct.
and make things faster.
Hmm.
A web application manifest provides the information required for a web app to be downloaded and presented to
Hmm.
the user in a native-like experience. This is
Hmm.
a correct statement.
Correct.
It is the service. It is the service worker that helps a progressive web application serve cached contents of a page when offline. It is correct. Service worker do this. And both gmail.com and amazon.in are examples of SPA. Gmail.com is an example of SPA, but amazon.in is not.
But okay. Okay.
Because amazon.in gets reloaded every time you click on a thing.
A button or page or something, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Priyanka, okay?
Yeah,
Seems okay. Anyone else? Everyone else is okay. I think the interesting questions are gone. Ayush, Goel, you can finish it off. Come on. Ayush, Goel, are you here?
I think Goel has left. Goel has left.
All right. Ayush Gupta can do this then. Either
Yeah,
of
which
the
of the
Ayush.
following is our false regarding the token-based authentication?
Hmm.
Token-based authentication generally expires after a certain period of time, and this time period can also be customized according to the application requirement. So, uh, I don't know.
Actually, that is not the case. I mean, it expires after a certain period of time. Okay, and this time period can be customized according to the. Yeah, that's true.
No,
I
not
mean,
true, not
see,
true, not true.
this is true, guys. In GitHub, you remember? In GitHub we can generate some tokens, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
See, not
personal
only.
access tokens.
Yeah, another
Yeah.
example probably I think Gokul could be like, for example, if you're trying to pay using UPIs, they give you some time, no? That I think that is the token generated generally, or like whatever. If you get your OTPs, then also like it expires
Ah,
after a certain period.
correct. Correct. OTP is
Okay,
also
so this
best.
is statement is true. So this statement is true. Okay, so the
Correct.
next statement is the client must send the token with the first request to authenticate and need not to send the token in the subsequent request. Need not. It is. I think we can.
Seems like we should. Hello.
Okay.
So if I think
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I think if you go by OTP, every time you are making a fresh request, you have to re-authenticate. No, it's not that you have authenticated once
Yeah,
and that's
actually,
it. No?
OTPs also get delivered multiple times if we request them to resend it. So,
Yeah, but you have to put it every time. No, what I want to say is you have to still put it. So you have to like
so
always request to authenticate. No?
we need to find the false statement, and this is false, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, we
So
can
what I
need.
want to say, he has to send every time with every subsequent request. That is what. So probably it is that is why it's false.
Yeah, if every time you need to log in, you want to log in, you need to send the OTP again. And
Correct.
so next statement is the fetch call to a Flask API will fail due to CORS error by default.
By default.
Yeah, so if you want it to get if you want it not to fail, then you will have to put the decorator, right?
Ah, yes, yes. Yesterday we saw, na, actually,
At the rate
the
cross
decorator
underscore
thing. Yeah.
origin.
Okay.
Otherwise, they will fail.
Yeah, that's
If
correct.
using Flask, if using Flask security for achieving token-based authentication, all the APIs endpoints are protected by default.
Well,
So it seems like false.
So yeah. So these are all week eight, not even screencasts. These are, I think,
No, no.
lectures.
These are screencast, I think. Week 8 screencast.
No, they speak only fleetingly about these things. Yeah. They do not go in so much detail actually. So he's talked about tokens and all that, and course he has spoken I think one or two sentences. I think that's all.
Java, I think.
So
Right?
what I've understood means that means for each endpoint you have to create. Ah, yes, yes, yes. नहीं वो तो उसके लिए token for we have to for each endpoint we have to create a separate token thing for it to be protected. Is it like that?
Seems like that, Priyanka. It's not by default. Hello?
Acha, acha, not by default. Okay, okay. So we have to incorporate something because yeah, yeah, understood. Yeah.
If you're having so much doubt, give me 1 minute. Right? We are talking about token based, right? Last login. Yeah, token based. See, it's optional. Token based account activation optional. Same page. We don't have examples here. All right. Mm, we don't have examples here, guys. Let's then fine leave it then. Hmm? So it will be something like at login required, if you know. So you will have this function, right? The top, at login underscore required, something like that. Something like this will come. Okay, Priyanka, Ayush. Hey, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry. Please repeat. There was a phone call. Please repeat. What is it?
I told like login required in Flask.
Yeah.
So something like at login required or something like that. I'm not sure. Okay, let's skip this as of now. But the point is, it's not by default. Not all the APIs are protected. Endpoints are protected by default.
Okay. So you have to specifically
Yeah, yeah.
write something.
Or
Okay.
you can it's not by default, but you can make all the APIs protected by default. Like the sense, you remember how we did on for course, right? So course of we gave, right?
Correct. 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 Correct.
Course of app we gave. So same
Correct.
similarly, you will have something like that.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct. Mm-hmm. Understood.
fine. Sure then.
Okay. With this, I think we have finished everything. Yeah.
Yeah, we have finished two question papers also.
mock left, no?
Your mock is left. That is supposed to be left for you guys.